here in the back of our narthex in the sanctuary, getting ready to do some more curbside communion, and you can just pull right up, have curbside communion this morning. We'll be out here until 11:30. We'll continue to do that on Wednesday mornings and also Sunday mornings. We're back to our worship schedules at 8:30 and 10:30, but you can come between those two services from about 9:30 to 10:15, 9:30 to 10:15 on Sunday, and you can do curbside communion right out front, and anytime on your schedule, just give us a call. We'll be glad to do that. But for this morning, I'm standing here outside our Red Letter Challenge, Being Challenge, that we're getting ready to launch this Sunday. A lot of people have already picked up their books or had their books mailed to them. We got the kids' books in just on Saturday. They're pretty sweet. They're awesome. I know I got them to my kids. They're excited. They put their names on the back of them already. We'd love to get this into your hands. You can stop by and pick this up at the campus at St. Paul during our normal office hours, 8:30 to 4:30, Monday through Friday. Of course, you can pick them up before and after our worship services on Saturday and on Sunday. Or if that's not working for you, let us know. We'll send the mail. We were able to mail off some of those too, and we want you to get into a small group as well, connected with that, whether that's meeting virtually or in person. You can find out more about it at stpaultexas.com/being, stpaultexas.com/being. But talking about being this morning, we're going to continue in what we began yesterday as we kind of kicked off the new school year for our local school district here in Harlingen. And we were in my favorite book of the Bible, Philippians chapter 1. I had my beautiful daughter Tabitha read it for you as we heard those words about growing in knowledge and every kind of discernment in Philippians 1 verse 9, that we haven't arrived yet. We want to keep growing in knowledge and discernment as we carry out the vocations God has given to us. And so this morning, later on in Philippians chapter 1, Paul writes these words, and let's just jump to verse 21. For to me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. Now, if I live on in the flesh, this means fruitful work for me, and I don't know which one I should choose. I am torn between the two. I long to depart and be with Christ, which is far better, but to remain in the flesh is more necessary for your sake. Since I am persuaded of this, I know that I will remain and continue with all of you for your progress and joy in the faith, so that because of my coming to you again, your boasting in Jesus Christ may abound. Just one thing. As citizens of heaven, live your life worthy of the gospel of Christ. Then whether I come and see you or am absent, I will hear about you, that you are standing in one spirit, in one accord, contending together for the faith of the gospel, not being frightened in any way by your opponents. This is a sign of destruction for them, but of your salvation. And this is from God. For it has been granted to you on Christ's behalf not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for him, since you are engaged in the same struggle that you saw I had, and now here I have. That was Philippians chapter 1, verses 21 through 30, and I'm using the Christian. I love those words that Paul says, for me, to live is Christ, and to die is gain. A reminder that while we live in this world, we are following Jesus, and Jesus has purposes laid out for us, things for us to do as his followers in this world. A world filled with many trouble, but yet we, in the midst of a darkness of this world, get to be the light of the world, that joy that shines, the hope that we have in Christ Jesus. I know many times in this journey that we've been on, in this COVID and everything like this, that's probably gotten a little weary for you. You've gotten a little tired, you've gotten a little worn out, and that's all right, because Jesus has some words of encouragement to you this weekend that we're going to talk about some more, where he says, come to me, all you who are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn from me. See, it's not just about that rest that Jesus has for us, it's perfect rest that he gives, but also the opportunity he has to learn from him. And when we learn from Jesus, when we grow with him, when we walk with him, when we read his word, when we gather as believers in Christ, whether virtually or in person, we grow. So my prayer for you today is that you would continue to grow, that you would recognize that you're still here for a purpose. Yes, it is better, as Paul would say, for me to depart and be with Christ, to be beyond this veil of tears and be in the presence of Jesus. There is nothing better. But he also recognizes he still has a purpose, and a purpose to carry out the mission that Jesus has put him on in this world. And friends, it's not just the Apostle Paul who has a purpose. You have a purpose. I have a purpose. And this being challenge that we're going to be embarking on for 40 days, starting this weekend, reading daily devotions, being in the Word, being in the fellowship of believers, it's going to help us in that. I know for some of you thinking already, I can't fit another thing in. This isn't about fitting another thing in. This is about finding rest and walking in Spirit Jesus. And He's not going to be another thing you've got to do. Rather, He's going to give you something that maybe you never even realized you already had because of who you are as a son and as the daughter of the Most High God, washed in the water of Word, claimed and welcomed to His table and be invited into His family. You've already been given this great invitation. So my prayer is that you take Jesus up on that invitation to come to Him, weary and heavy laden, promised to have with that rest, and promise too that He's going to lead you, He's going to teach you. So I hope you're teachable. I hope you're able to learn. And maybe what you'll find is something that you never really realized was available to you and to those around you. So God be with you this day as you carry out the callings that God has given to you in Christ Jesus. Sign up for the Being Challenge, stpaultexas.com/being. And we can't wait to see you soon as we walk together in the steps of Jesus, knowing He knows the destination, He knows where He's going, and we just